Y'all, welcome to Hughes by OC, and I want to give I Am Music by Playboi Carti a review from an artistic lens. I'm seeing bad reviews about the album, some good reviews from some cult-like fans, but as an artist, I kind of want to explain to y'all where my perspective comes from. And it's definitely not from a stan perspective, which is either you're going to get a stan or you're going to get somebody who's not even giving Playboi Carti a listen. And I will say, his first track is hard to listen to. And it's terrible, but it's purposely meant to be terrible. And I say that in a way that the first track on Yeezus, that, and then the music comes in and it jars you. And people had an instant reaction to it. They either hated it or they loved it. And that's kind of what Kanye wanted to do. He wanted to make the listener uncomfortable. Playboi Carti has this punk aesthetic, this goth aesthetic, and it basically goes against everything. So if I am music, he's actually going against music. That's in a sense going against the predictability of music, because that's Carti's biggest strength, is being unpredictable. His lore, you know what I'm saying? Like Carti's aura, as they say. We don't know if he's a street dude, a vampire, a future clone. He exists in so many different realms. We have no idea who Carti is. So his lore is being this mysterious rock star. And that's one of the few stars we still have like that. I think it's something that Uzi tries to do, but he doesn't come off as well. But Playboi Carti has mastered that. So that goes into the album. We don't know what to expect. He's figured out a way to seamlessly blend his rock star aesthetic, his goth aesthetic, with early 2000s mixtape. He has Swap Izzo on there doing the tags, but he starts it off as punk rock. As an artist, I view this as a abstraction. It's like you can have the technical skills to do certain things, to make certain music, as he showed you Rather Lie with The Weeknd. He has the technical skills to go out and make hits, but he chooses to be an artist and have a work that's an abstraction. Carti is his interpretation of music, I feel, is like how he wants the audience to feel versus what he's saying. So he's going through all these different modes of versions of Carti. And there's always been these eccentric artists like this, who their aesthetic, their look, how they come off is just as important as the music. So you can go all the way back to Bootsy Collins and his aesthetic. And we really are drawn to the aesthetic more than the actual music. Carti being from Atlanta, you have to take into the artists that come from Atlanta that have had that flair. CeeLo, Big Gip, and none bigger than Andre 3000. Andre 3000, who were willing to go out on that edge and be a template for artists like Playboi Carti, Young Thug, other artists who are willing to step out on the ledge and try something different. Because Young Thug was one of the first ones to really do it with this changing of his voice that you see Carti do a lot. He's one of the pioneers with that. And I actually think, Wayne is sort of the inventor of this lane. And he has his seedlings who make different forms of the same music, but I think a lot of them make music that Wayne wishes he could make to get him out of that box. I'm drawing a comparison to Andre, CeeLo, Big Gip, those artists from Atlanta. I'm drawing a comparison to them just based on their creativity and how they presented themselves within the art. They gave you so many characters, and over the years they reinvented themselves so much. So you got to think how many characters Carti gives us presently. Every track he's somebody different. He's so much like Future, I can't tell the Future features from the Future Carti. He gives you a little bit of that Young Thug. He still incorporates a little mumble. But yet he's still not a clone of all those people. He finds a way to seamlessly incorporate it and make it his own style. That's definitely something an artist would do. To draw inspiration from other artists from years back who did different styles and then make it something of their own. Then the way he markets himself. Like I said, his lore, the way he draws you in with his mysteriousness, that's what the kids are looking for. They like that creativity. I think that's a big reason why his base of kids and younger people, because when we get older or when we learn what we like and what time period that was the best era for music for us, because it's different for everybody, we don't want things changed too much. So if you're being experimental with music and it's something like what Carti's doing, where he's mixing all these different characters, and it's something we're familiar with, but we don't want change. We want things to be the same. We want perfection. But this isn't about perfection. Just like with the artist who does abstract pieces, it's not about perfection. It's about expression. So this is a great album as far as expression goes, artistic expression. And the young people are definitely tapped into that because they're trying to find their mode of music that exists for their era. But it's a beauty in abstraction. It's being free. It's the ability to be creative, and everything isn't predictable. You don't really know. You don't know how the people are going to react to it, but you're willing to try something new. This is what a lot of people wish they could do, but they're scared. They're scared what other people will think. They're scared of judgment, basically. One thing that takes away from a lot of our creativity is the feeling of being judged, the fear of being judged. And none of it matters. We got to realize that none of it matters. Nobody is going to look down the road 3-4 years from now and remember that time you failed. If they do, you shouldn't be around them anyway. There's no fear in trying. There shouldn't be any fear in trying. And when you succeed, you see how many more people wanted to do that, but you had to be the one. I don't think Playboi Carti cares about words at all. It's more, he's more of a Jackson Pollock. Jackson Pollock didn't care about form. He cared about his expression. I think it gives us different ways to appreciate music. And we often forget music is art. And a lot of the people that Playboi Carti work with, they're artists as well. I feel like they're artists in the music world. Travis Scott, Kanye, Kendrick Lamar. His persona, what he puts out, his work is heavily curated. Whether we like the final product or not, it's objective. Because that's what art is. Art is subjective. You don't have to like it, but there are ways to appreciate it. As an artist, I can definitely appreciate that. And I'll call in this video I Am Art because I want to start incorporating pieces of art with the music that I listen to, so y'all can kind of see how I get from point A to point B with my concepts. This is more an interpretation of how you feel in the moment versus a show of technical skills. This is how I feel listening to a Playboi Carti album. It's just expression, and it changes up. You have smooth lines. You have something that kind of has structure, but not really. But it's chaotic at the same time. Elements of graffiti. Very loud contrasting colors. Red, of course, because what other color would you think of when you think of Carti? Frustration. You see the words war, but you can also see WORK, work on, war on. It's about a struggle. It's about a fight. One eye is gone, but in the land of the blind, the man with one eye is king. This is very much disruption. I just want to share with y'all ways that art and music can relate to each other, and different ways to think about artists when you're listening to them. Hope y'all enjoyed this thought. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Hughes by OC. Peace, y'all.